This child has chosen you before he chose life. His hair is not an ordinary hair, it is a door.
A door to where?
In the village of Ayatoro, children were born every year, cried every night, and grew like maize in the rainy season, but once in a long while, a child was born different. The elders said such children arrived with one foot in this world and the other in the unseen. That was how Adekunle was born. No one in Ayatoro slept the night Adekunle was born. The moon hung low, red and swollen, as though it had been wounded. Dogs howled without cause. Palm trees bent although there was no wind. Even the river, which usually sang against the stones, went silent. When the baby finally arrived, the midwife did not announce his birth, she dropped him. The child did not cry at once. He only opened his eyes, wide, dark, watching. Then everyone saw it, his hair, not the soft fuzz of a newborn, but thick, coiled strands already forming small locks, clinging to his scalp as though they had been growing long before he entered the world. The oldest woman in the room whispered a single word, trembling, "Dada," and no one spoke again. On the seventh day, before the naming ceremony, the Bobolowo came uninvited. He carried no cowries, no staff, only a small calabash sealed with red thread. He stood before Adekunle's mother and spoke in a voice that did not rise or fall. "This child has chosen you before he chose life." She felt her knees weaken. "He comes from a place where time is not counted," the priest continued. "His hair is not a normal hair. It is a door." "A door to where?" she asked. The priest looked at the child, not at her, to where he came from. He answered, then he issued the warning that will shape the boy's life. If iron touches his hair, the door will open, and what goes out may not return. Adekunle's mother pressed her lips together and nodded. She would protect the door, even if it destroyed her. Adekunle grew quietly. He rarely cried, rarely laughed. He watched more than he spoke, as though listening to something others could not hear. His hair grew faster than his body, thickening, locking, spreading like roots searching for soil. When his mother washed it, the water sometimes turned cloudy. When she prayed, the hair felt warm beneath her hands, almost breathing. Strangers avoided him. Children mocked him. Elders watched him with careful eyes, yet strange things followed him. When Adekunle was near, sick goats recovered. When he passed farms, crops stood a little straighter the next morning. Once, a child fell into the river, and before anyone could scream, the water lifted the boy gently to the shore. No one thanked Adekunle. They only stepped farther away. As the years passed, Adekunle's dreams became heavier than sleep. He saw forests with no paths, rivers flowing backward, people with no faces calling him son. Sometimes, an old woman with hair like smoke sat beside him in those dreams. "Do not forget who you are," she would say. "But who am I?" he asked. She only smiled. When Adekunle woke, his hair would be tangled in new patterns, knotted as if woven by unseen hands. His mother knew then. The door was getting wider. When drought came, fear finally found its voice. Rain refused to fall. Wells dried. Children coughed through the nights. Offerings were made, sacrifices offered, but the sky stayed closed. Then someone spoke the thought no one had dared to say aloud. "It is the Dada boy." Soon it was no longer a whisper. His hair traps blessings. Spirits live inside it. He is feeding on the village. Adekunle's mother stood alone against them. He has never harmed anyone. But hunger does not listen. Fear does not remember kindness. The elders decided, the hair must go. They came when the moon was thin. Adekunle felt them before they entered the hut. His hair tightened, pulling at his scalp like a warning. He woke suddenly, heart pounding. His mother screamed when they dragged him outside. The blade they brought was old, rusted with more than age. "Stop," she cried. "You were warned." The Bobolowo who once spoke for the child was long dead. Only his words remained, and words are easy to forget when desperation speaks louder. The blade touched his hair, the word held its breath, the first lock fell, the ground shuddered, not violently, but like something turning in its sleep. Wind rose from nowhere. The river began to speak again, too loudly. The sky darkened, though no cloud was seen. Adekunle did not scream. He stood still. The cut hair did not drop. It twisted, crawling across the earth like living roots, sinking into the soil. Then Adekunle spoke, "Not as a boy, you have opened what was sealed." His eyes reflected things no one could name. The elders collapsed, shaking. The blade fell from the man's hand and rusted instantly. Rain came at last, soft, steady, endless. By dawn, the drought was gone, so was Adekunle. They searched the village, the forest, the riverbanks. They never found his body, but from that day, Ayetoro prospered in uneasy abundance. Crops grew too well. Rivers never dried again. The land felt watched, sometimes. Mothers giving birth swear they hear footsteps outside their huts. Sometimes, children wake from dreams whispering, "He is guarding the door." And on quiet nights, when the wind moves through the forest without sound, elders lower their voices and say, "The Dada boy did not disappear, he became what he was always meant to be." Because some children are not born to live among people, some are born to hold the world together as long as no one cuts what should never be cut.